What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned, today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Atlanta Falcons have hired Mike Rutenberg as our next defensive pass coordinator. And we also have hired Nate Ollie as our next defensive line coach. And I like both of these signings or hires by our Atlanta Falcons. Both of these guys have familiarity with Jeff Ulbrich. They work on the coaching staff with the New York Jets with Jeff Ulbrich when he was the defensive coordinator there. And Nate Ollie, he's one of those guys that was recently last season assistant defensive line coach for the Houston Texans. And they had one of the most vaunted pass rushes in the game last season. He had about 49 sacks last season there with the Houston Texans. Now, I do believe that Nate Ollie is a really good defensive lines coach. He has coached with the Eagles. He's coached with the Indianapolis Colts in his past as well. But I really feel like this is a great sign, as I mentioned, due to his familiarity with Jeff Ulbrich. He'll understand the scheme that he's trying to establish here in Atlanta. And being that Nate Ollie has a great track record everywhere he's been, these teams that he's been a part of, these coaching staffs have had really good run-stopping defenses and really good pass rush. So with that being said, hopefully that can translate over to our Atlanta Falcons. Hopefully he can come in and help develop some of this young talent that we have. Guys like Arnold Epikady, who continues to take steps to be a better player each and every year. Also, hopefully he's able to lure some of the other players that he's coached in the past in free agency to possibly come over and play with our Atlanta Falcons. Now, Mike Rutenberg, he actually was on that Jets coaching staff as well as their linebackers coach. But both of these guys have had a long track record in the NFL. He's coached with the Washington Redskins. He's coached with a number of other teams in Mike Rutenberg. And he's been one of those guys that has put the time in, but he also has that familiarity, due to him being on that Jets coaching staff. And the Jets have been one of the top defenses over the last 5 years. They had some really good defenses, some really good defensive players over there with New York. So I definitely expect him to come in as that defensive pass coordinator to bring his expertise and kind of mold them with what we currently have with Jeff Ulbrich, with Raheem Morris, and these guys on this coaching staff. I really feel like if they bring in the right players and the right personnel, I really feel like this could be a really good Atlanta Falcons defense. Now, I'm hearing a lot about the Falcons changing from a 3-4 defense to a 4-3 defense because that's what Jeff Ulbrich has run over his coaching career, and that's what the New York Jets under Robert Saleh, they ran a lot of 4-3 defense as well. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of 4-3 principles, but I still think that we're going to kind of be a mixed type of scheme that's going to be a hybrid scheme. I do still believe that we're going to see some 3-4 formations and things of that nature as well. But being that in today's NFL, you run a lot of nickel and a lot of dime, I really feel like you're not going to see a ton of 4-3 or 3-4 defense. I really feel like you're going to see a lot of nickel, a lot of dime, a lot more corners on the field and things of that nature. Now, I do believe bringing over these two guys that we brought in is going to help the front seven as a whole, because both Jeff Ulbrich has been a linebackers coach, just like Mike Rutenberg. And then Nate Ollie has a ton of experience with defensive lines and things of that nature. So we should see a jump as far as productivity in the front seven. And I also expect, like I said, for them to bring in players that can run this scheme a lot better. Like with the linebackers, our inside linebackers and things of that nature, I expect in this draft and in free agency for us to get a lot more athletic and for them to draft players like we've had in the Deion Jones, a Devondre Campbell, a Foye Oluokun. I expect them to get a lot more versatile at that position, which means certain players that were on this team or on this roster could be gone, like a guy like Nate Landman. He's been really solid over the last couple years, but I could see him being gone from this team and them going out and trying to draft a more athletic linebacker, sideline to sideline, and things of that nature. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on these new hires in Mike Rutenberg and Nate Ollie. Like I said, I really like the signings because we know that these guys are going to understand the scheme. They already have that familiarity with what Coach Olbrick is going to want to run and things of that nature. So they should be able to hit the ground running because of their familiarity of knowing the scheme and things of that nature. But with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.